Get to know your shake by getting to know its co-creator. 14 questions with Isabel Brousseau-Deichler, co-creator of Shakeology. Where does your passion for health come from?
I've always had a passion for health, and I love the human body and how it functions. So that's why I got my first degree in kinesiology, which is the study of human mechanics. I came to nutrition as a way to heal myself as I started having health challenges in my early 20s. And much later, I learned my health issues were from chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. At least, those are the descriptions I was given. I was really, really sick and exhausted, and I could barely move. And doctors simply didn't know what was going on. Modern medicine just wasn't working for me, so I looked to nutrition as a path to health and wellness. That's when I became interested in studying the combination of herbs, adaptogens, and nutrition. I simply needed to find a way to feel better.
How did your interest in nutrition turn into a career?
I actually had more physical challenges later that led me to this profession. Years after my chronic fatigue, I then got into a serious car crash, and the doctors didn't know if I'd ever walk normally again, which totally crushed me. That's when I dove so deep into physical therapy, and I deepened my research into the biology of nutrition and alternative therapies. I created my own exercise and nutrition regimen to help myself heal. Life turned my passion, which has always been fitness and nutrition, into a career. I went back to school and got another degree in sports psychology from UCLA and became a nutritionist. I began to make drinks in my kitchen and started helping people feel better.
Is it true that you've worked with top-name celebrities and athletes?
I really don't like to talk about names, and I don't know, Carl might tell you though. What really matters is that these were people who desperately needed help. Their bodies were under constant abuse from overtraining or being on the road all the time. They live in the public eye and have to be at their best at all times, and that's super stressful. I traveled 9 months out of the year with my clients everywhere they went. I dealt with their rehabilitation, their well-being, their nutrition, and their workouts.
How did you come up with Shakeology?
Carl heard about these research I was doing and the work I was doing with clients. In fact, that's how we met. And when we got married, Carl would joke that I had more tinctures and powders in my kitchen than food, which is true. He couldn't understand why I made my own shakes every single morning instead of buying them at the store. And I explained that nothing had all the ingredients my body needed. Back then, don't forget, there were no shakes with prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens. Most people barely even knew what those words meant. And I could not understand how Carl could live off pizza and tacos. I would say to him, "You're the head of a wellness company, honey. You've got to nourish your body better." So I started making him drinks from all these herbs and all these bottles in the pantry to support him every day. And when Carl noticed the difference in how he felt, he realized he needed to make this available to everyone because there was nothing like it. But there were other things I wanted to do with the Shakeology formula. So I brought in Darren O'Lean to experiment with the superfoods he'd been exploring and sourcing. We refined and perfected the Shakeology formula with our amazing team and scientists in the lab at Beachbody. They developed flavors and systems that help preserve the nutrition and benefits. That's how Shakeology was born.
What's your food philosophy?
Everybody is different. You need to pay attention to how foods make you feel. If I have to have a food philosophy, it's eat as clean as possible and whatever that looks like to each person.
What do you eat in a typical day?
My diet is very simple and it constantly changes. I eat what I want and I love what I eat. I do not believe in having guilt around food. I enjoy salads, fermented foods, sprouted foods, soaked grain, nuts, a lot of vegetable, and occasionally some grilled meat. I've been eating clean for so long now, I don't really crave junk food. The only thing I really crave is dark chocolate, and I eat that whenever I want. And I always drink Shakeology. And if I have 2 shakes a day, the second one is almost always Daily Sunshine.
Why do you drink Shakeology every day?
People ask me all the time why they need to drink Shakeology every day. Here's how I like to explain it. You can't eat 1 salad on Monday and be done for the week, right? Or drink a glass of water and say, "That's it, I'm hydrated for the next several days. You have to feed your body good nutrition every single day. With a lot of Shakeology's ingredients like fiber, prebiotics, probiotics, adaptogens, enzymes, the benefits come with regular use over time. Your body is a complex system. It takes a lot of nutrients to make sure it can do everything it's supposed to do. Darren and I created Shakeology because many of the nutrients in our formula are missing from today's diets. And why? Well, one reason is the food supply is really depleted. Soil is not as fertile as it used to be. Even the air you breathe is also not what it used to be. And second, with our busy schedules, and that's a big one, people eat the same foods over and over, and not always enough of the right foods. And this can cause nutrient gaps, which can keep the body from feeling and being its best. Our idea was to create a daily shake that helps fill these gaps. We wanted Shakeology to be convenient and taste great, so you'd look forward to drinking it.
What's so unique about Shakeology?
People always want to know what's so special about Shakeology, and I think what they're really asking is, why should I spend this much? I see comments on social saying I can get a shake that's just as good as Shakeology that costs much less. You can get a cheaper shake, that's true, but I want to explain what makes Shakeology unique and worth the price. Shakeology is precisely crafted, and what does that mean? We select each and every ingredient. We sort each one carefully so we can have total control over the quality and how each ingredient works together. We know our suppliers, and we only use suppliers with standards as high as ours. And most suppliers out there don't pass our rigorous tests. Our testing program is among the best in the industry, if not the best. You've probably heard about our tests, but don't really get their importance. I want to explain why our quality program is so important so you can really understand the Shakeology difference. Our team of experts visit our suppliers to understand how ingredients are grown. Our team of experts test each batch to make sure our key ingredients contain the nutrients they should, and that all of our ingredients are what they say they are and are the quality we expect. We're always evaluating our suppliers to make sure the ingredients are still high enough quality for Shakeology. That's why Shakeology is always a work in progress. Just like life, we always have to adapt to make sure we always produced the best. So no, our goal wasn't to make the cheapest shake. We wanted to make the best shake, a shake that I'd feel good drinking and giving to my family.
What was your research process like when creating Shakeology?
When I was creating Shakeology, I began with the questions, where do we all need support? What is it that we're all going through? That's how I usually formulate. When I was working with clients, I had to understand their needs first to know what would help them. And I began to see these patterns. Life is so busy, so stressful for all of us, whether we're a celebrity or a stay-at-home mom. And when we're stressed, we don't eat the right foods. We don't take care of ourselves. I began to see some of the same health issues over and over again. People were exhausted. They felt run down. They had digestive issues. So I began to play with potential ingredients and formulas to help with some of these issues. When you're stressed all the time, your body has an increased need for certain nutrients like vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and protein. We chose each Shakeology ingredient carefully to have the greatest impact on your overall health, to address some of these issues from modern life. It's about the alchemy of these ingredients, all of them working together. That's what makes Shakeology so powerful.
Can you tell us about the role of adaptogens?
Adaptogens are such an important part of the Shakeology formula, and I love adaptogens. I've been studying them for decades. Adaptogens have been used in traditional practice for centuries to help the body adapt to the effects of stress. They come from plants that live in super harsh, stressful environments. Therefore, these plants develop special compounds to help them build up resilience and survive. The theory of adaptogen is that they act as mini stressors. In a sense, they're helping to train your body to respond to the effect of stress, kind of like what exercise does for your muscles. They're thought to help prep your body so that you might perform better during stressful events.
What are the benefits of prebiotics and probiotics?
Gut health is really important. Scientists were just starting to study probiotics and the gut microbiome in earnest when we created Shakeology. The gut is so complex, so let me see if I can explain it simply. The bacteria in your gut play a role in so many parts of your health, like digestion and nutrient absorption. And there's still a lot of emerging science about how gut bacteria may affect other parts of your health. What we do know is you need a balanced microbiome to help you stay healthy. But many people don't have the right amount of good bacteria in their gut. An unhealthy diet and stress are two of the main reasons for this. One way to add more good bacteria in your gut is with probiotics. They help balance your gut, but the benefits last only as long as you take them. Prebiotics, which you've probably only heard about recently, have long-lasting effects. They are a type of fiber that feed the good bacteria in your gut so they can grow and flourish. Prebiotics are really hard to come by in your diet. They're mainly in foods you don't really eat a lot of, like sunchokes and unripe bananas, jicama, leeks, onions, and most people don't get enough of even regular fiber. Never mind prebiotic fiber. Have you ever counted how much fiber you get each day? Almost no one is getting enough, and it's such an important way to take care of your gut. That's why our digestive blend has fiber, prebiotics, and probiotics.
Can you explain the importance of phytonutrients and antioxidants in Shakeology?
Antioxidants and phytonutrients come mostly exclusively from plants, and very few of us are eating enough fruits and vegetables every day. You need these antioxidants and phytonutrients for cellular function. They nourish your cells to help your body work properly. There are more than 10,000 different phytonutrients, and they each do something different. That's the reason Shakeology has so many nutrient-dense superfoods. We pack as many as we can into this shake to help support your overall health.
How do you explain Shakeology to someone who's never heard of it?
When someone asks me what is Shakeology, there are a few ways I explain it. I talk about its convenience. Shakeology is the easiest and most delicious way to get a balanced daily dose of nutrients to help support your overall health, which is more important than ever these days. I explain its ingredients, and I explain the benefits. Shakeology helps provide healthy energy, curb cravings, and support weight loss, digestive health, and a healthy immune system. These are the three easiest ways to explain Shakeology without going into all of the science.
What advice do you have for people struggling to eat healthy and get fit?
Surrendering to a new way is really hard. You need to honor this process. Take your time with it, accept it fully. Trust your own resilience and focus on one step at a time. Remember your why you began the journey. If you're doing this just to be skinny, you might be harder on your body than is right for good health. I'd be aware and kinder about how you're going about your efforts. Focus on feeding your body with nutrients that nourish you. Make friends with your body. It's a partnership. It is you. Don't objectify it. And gratitude is key. Millions of people have used Shakeology, and we are so proud when they tell us how this one product has literally changed their life. Some started Shakeology for weight loss, but they learned it's much more than that. Each person has his or her own story of what Shakeology has done for them. What we often hear is that it has helped people get a handle on their health, and they are more energetic, confident, stronger, and empowered because of Shakeology.
Learn more about Shakeology at Shakeology.com or talk to your Team Beachbody coach and learn more about Isabel on the Beachbody blog.